Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Charlotte. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Wanda. And if this is your first time, we're delighted that you've chosen to join us today. With modern technology, and we are just extremely grateful because through this modern technology, especially Zoom, sorry, tongue-tied today, Zoom and Facebook, we are able to share the wonderful happenings at CSL Charlotte. So please feel free to check out our website, cslcharlotte.org, put in a prayer request and subscribe. We add our recordings to our website each week. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living in an ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. This science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths and philosophies. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. At CSL Charlotte, every philosophy is honored, along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. This is a diverse community, so whoever you are, wherever you are welcome here. There are many paths to the divine. You can call it God, peace, love, spirit, Allah, whatever you call it, that is your power that resonates within you. You don't have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can join us anytime. We recognize and refer to many holy scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, and the Bhagavad Gita, just to name a few. Our vision statement is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of each individual. One of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. We teach everyone the tools to do just that. So come and join us as we meet each Tuesday evening as well at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So welcome everyone. I know that you're going to enjoy our service because as our illustrious leader, Reverend Rosedale Jones, is going to share with us how to just be ourselves today. And there is no one that does that better than her. So now I'd like to introduce you to our illustrious spiritual leader, Reverend Rosedale Jones.
What a beautiful thing. That's a tough act to follow, Dr. Wanda, from another beautiful woman. But anyway, welcome everybody to CSL Charlotte, the love streamers, the virtual community, and everybody everywhere. We are the mind, body, spirit center. All three of these things are activated all the time when we work in this community. So this is Women's History Month. And guys, get in gear because this is going to be a good one. Well, we got Dr. Wanda here who's got a lot of stuff to talk about for that. So in celebrating the integration of the mind, body, and spirit, we at CSL Charlotte, we open up with an affirmative prayer. I get tongue twisted on that. Okay, and who do we have first but our heartbeat? So first on our platform is the heartbeat of CSL Charlotte. It's our emeritus spiritual practitioner, Maureen Thurston, AKA Mo. I call her the heartbeat of our community because she is in charge of emailing heartfelt prayers to all of you. Now, if you have not received the prayer, you know what I'm going to say, and you know where I'm going. If you have not received the prayer from Mo, you did not put in a prayer request. So, a community that prays together stays together. I like saying that too. And today, you're in for a treat because you're getting our heartbeat. And she made a good chili bowl last night. She's going to tell me about that later. But anyway, Mo, please pay us, sis.
You are so funny. I don't know where the chili bowl came in, but that's okay. All right, let's settle down here. for a moment and ground myself and center myself in that truth that all that there is life, all that there is spirit. And as my heart is bursting with joy and laughter and love this morning, I know that as we tune in and we hear the wonderful message from Reverend Rosedale this morning, that each one of us is touched in that way that is personal to us. We take from this time today that sense of community, that sense of love, that sense of awe and awareness. And so I know that this service is blessed beyond any type of measure, that each and every one of us receives from this wonderful message that which is ours to hear and to know and to own for our own well-beingness. So I release this into that state of law, and I invite you to lock it in with me by saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Yes, you can hear me. Yes. So next on our platform is our reader. And you know, Karen A. from Sheepshead Bay, who's really not from there, but she's from there for today. You know that. Anyway, Karen A. is a living wealth of literature right in our house. So every time we communicate about the readings and stuff, they always touch me very deeply and they always jive with what we're doing. So it's great to communicate with Karen. And when we do, she is so authentic about what she does. So she never doubts where she's from or where she's going. And I listen to her and I tell her what the topic is. And she says, I'll get on it. And she always does, and they always turn out good. So you'll get a chance to listen to her fabulous reading today. And after Karen A's reading, I am inviting you to listen to a song called Try by Colby Carlott, right? And this is going to start us focusing on being ourselves. It's going to help us to learn to use our power. Ooh. So I invite you now to take the words of Karen A's reading and then listen to the song and take it to heart and prepare for Be Yourself. Karen, make it do what it do, love.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a little too much praise there, Reverend Rosedale. Okay. The title, the reading this is from the book, The Gifts from A Course in Miracles. And I've used this before, and the title is of this little section is True Identity. When it uses the word self with a capital S, I believe it's referring to your spiritual self. What treasure would I seek and find and keep that can compare with my identity? To relinquish identification with the ego and the body is to awaken to our true identity. This true identity has remained as it always was, pure spirit, forever changeless, peaceful, and at one with God, awaiting only our recognition. There is no conflict that does not entail the single simple question, what am I? Every decision you make stems from what you think you are and represents the value that you put upon yourself. Only an illusion stands between you and the holy self, capital S, self, that you share. You who perceive yourself as weak and frail, with futile hopes and devastated dreams, born but to die, to weep and suffer pain, hear this. All power is given unto you in earth and heaven. There is nothing that you cannot do. You will identify with what you think will make you safe, whatever it may be. You will believe that it is one with you. Your safety lies in truth, not in lies. Love is your safety. Fear does not exist. Identify with love and you are safe. Identify with love and you are home. Identify with love and find yourself, capital S, self. Let me not forget myself is nothing, but myself is all. I was created as the thing I seek. I am the goal the world is searching for, and so it is.
Good. Don't try so hard, just be yourself as you inhale very deep and very long and get prepared for being yourself. And so as you exhale, remember, in order to love yourself, and all you have to do is just be yourself. Kobe's singing that you don't have to try so hard to be like. And the reason why, she said, is because we think we have to work hard so they'll like us. But do they like you? What does it matter? Oh, it's so awesome. Do you like you? You don't have to try. You don't have to try. That's what she's saying. So when you're not concerned about whether people like you or not, your focus is on yourself and how good you feel. So that's a great reason to be yourself, to start off and kick this wonderful be yourself talk off. So now just really wiggle your fingers and your toes and just integrate your mind, your body, and your spirit, and look around and be able to take in all of this between that beautiful mind, body, spirit connection of yours. Yes, awesome. So the first thing I'm going to do is give great thanks to our amazing MC, my prayer partner and my very true friend, Dr. Wanda. And you know what? And thank you for bringing your happiness spirit to CSL Charlotte when you do come. Smile, everybody. I'll never forget that. So also with Karen A's reading, True Identity, our talk topic, Be Yourself, really came to life. So thank you, Karen A. And of course, the Heartbeat Mo, thank you for that heartfelt opening prayer, because it really warmed me up. So thank you. And speaking of prayer, our ecclesiastic team is going to be, including you, Dr. Wanda, will be holding the light over our service today. Meanwhile, I'm keeping gratitude in my heart for all those healings that I just witnessed this past week. I can't probably tell you all of them, but people call me constantly telling me the great news that certain things have happened. I love hearing it, guys. You're not bothering me. And I'm glad people do call and tell me this stuff. It really helps. It boosts my faith, if you will. So for those of you who would like to experience any type of healings, just come to our consciousness meetings, which will be discussed today. I was going to say Alan, but no, it will be, we'll get them. You'll get it. You'll find out about that. So now our talk today is be yourself. Now, imagine how freeing it is to be yourself and not worry about what other people think. When I was growing up, the thing that people used to say was, what will the neighbors think? Wow, that's something to have to live with as a child. Are you open now, though, to learn how to love and accept yourself just as you are and find true happiness that comes from within you? Well, you know, birth, let me tell you about birth. It is a remarkable transition that transforms us into the dash. And you know what I mean by the dash. The dash is you're born on this day, you live through the dash, which is here, where we are now, and then you transition again. Good job. And maybe there's a lot of transitions during the dash that you probably didn't know about in your sleep. So, hey, I'm not going there because this is not what that's about. But get this though, at one point, this life was an unfamiliar realm to us, just like the spiritual world is an unfamiliar world to us once they taught us how it's not. Ooh, it's weird, but we had to adapt to this life, believe me. And you know what? I read a book the other day. No, it's not a new book. It's a book I have, Living Untethered. And what he said in there, oh my God, it's phenomenal. He said, all moments in the universe are simply moments of the universe. That's all they are. You are the one that's bringing your personal preference into an impersonal moment. You know, spirit is not a respecter of persons. And we bring it in and then we make it personal. I don't know why we do that, but we do. But in other words, all what he's saying is that all moments of the universe are neutral, honey. Nothing. Yeah. Everybody that says, oh, I think she's mad at me and I feel bad tonight. And that stuff is not even important. You know, it's neutral. It's neutralized in the universe. Then we then have a tendency to look at them tangibly, the things that we see. It's not just tangible. It's only our own personal perspectives that make them seem personal. So that's why we got to learn who we are so we can be that. But make it good, make it good. Now, don't waste your energy worrying about what others think, because you know what? Just focus on yourself and how you feel. Boom. So caring for yourself, oh my God, is a great part of life, but it can be difficult when you don't know how to be yourself. Remember what I said, we had to adapt to this world, and we tried to figure out how we would be liked if we did this, but you know what? There's so many spiritual practices that can help us on this journey. Now, yeah, Dr. Wanda mentioned how we are a spiritual community. Spirituality is a personal journey where each of us search. We do search. We may not say we're doing it physically, but we are searching for our meaning and our purpose. It is very individual. It is an individual experience, and it is very unique to each one of us. We don't have to follow protocol, and we don't, what am I looking for? I don't know that word yet. It's coming to me, but yeah, we don't look for all that acceptance if you are practicing spirituality. Now, see, my spiritual journey, what it did was it aroused a wide range of emotions, and it helped me with a lot of things. It helped me with transparency, wholeness. I am the healthiest I have ever been in my life. If you guys would have seen me 30 years ago, you would have never known I was going to live this long and be this good. Oh my God. And belonging is another thing. I love love. And then the gratitude. I'm very grateful for my life. So that's the spiritual journey for me. Part of it, because there's a lot more things I could tell you, but we could be here all day for that. But you know, every single person is this unique and rare piece. And I'm talking about a tapestry that fits. Everybody fits into the grand creation or the grand tapestry of life. And the world, trust me, the world would be totally incomplete without you and your contributions. All of us have to be included. You know, each of us have a vital role to play in this great plan. And then another book that was at my antennas that had me going this week was This Thing Called You. How could I talk about Be Yourself and not read that by Dr. Ernest Holmes, okay? And what he's saying is that there should be a definiteness in our mental attitude. What is definiteness? Oh, absolute. There should be nothing you can force. In other words, you can be focused on that thing, but easy. There should be a one-pointedness about us without us concentrating and going, I want to will this to happen. No, you don't will nothing, baby. You allow your mind to change. And he said that there's a definite direction that we have, but we do not have to force it, in so many words. So in other words, what he means is that don't be afraid to embrace yourself and your gifts. You were taught to let everybody else enjoy your gifts. Don't you talk about yourself. Don't clap for yourself. Don't praise yourself. That's such a ball of crap. I'm glad I didn't go where I was going. But you know what, guys, listen. It is important to maintain focus without having the need to deliberately just be yourself. So with the help of some of our great spiritual practices, I have learned to be content with who I am. And I have learned how to find joy in all those days that come on that does not giving me joy, like for now with this technology, like for now with things that I need to do that I can't get done today, I gotta wait till tomorrow, all these things, right? But what I know, here's a couple of things. The first thing I have to do after I finish getting pissed, yeah, after I finish being there, I find that, okay, get a practice going on right here. Get it. Okay. Then I say, captivate yourself, and just realize how much potential lies in you, Rosedale. And if that's not working, because sometimes it ain't, you can go where to, whatever side I'm throwing on, I got to find myself. Just know that, I'm on a journey, yes, but at the same time, I'm still having to grapple with things that I have to deal with. So let's not pretend that it's all rosy all the time. Oh, that's my nickname, but I am Rosie. No. But anyway, imagine how amazing you are sometimes. Really do that. Just say that, dang, I am a presence of the divine. Because that's what it is. And then begin to embody or embrace all the goodness that's available to you, right? Get into spiritual practices and really do this. Trust that you can attract whatever it takes in your life. Now, before Dr. Wanda called me yesterday in the morning, I love it because people don't mind calling. I said I didn't want to call her because it was 6 a.m. for her. But no, she called me while I was contemplating in deep reflection about going hybrid. And I had Timmy P on my mind going, yep, I'm going to tell him exactly what we're going to do and how it's going to go as soon as I get these numbers, the building and all this. And then Wanda called and Spirit said, sip it. Tell her to do a prayer for you. So I let her talk about what she had to talk about. I listened. But that prayer raised my vibrations to you don't know. So I'm ready to accept. And then I started repeating this affirmation when she got off the phone was, you know what? I surrender all fear. So what? They're going to give me these numbers. They're going to tell me you need this. They're going to do this. You're going to need this for your things to turn out right. You need your music. I need my music. But you're going to figure this out, girl. So just worry not. But that's being myself, letting her know this is what's going on with me right now. I am focused on that. Okay, give me a prayer. Okay. I'm not getting her to pray for me to make it happen. I'm getting her to change my mind by the words she put into me. Oh my God, did she ever? So I say all that to say, all we need to do is spend time to be ourselves, by ourselves. We need that. And see, and the best way to do it is by embracing spiritual practice. That's all I can tell you guys. I can't tell you anything else. It's not a pill you can take. I didn't take a pill to get this positive. Well, I'm positive right now in this moment. And I can go down a little bit. You know how we do, up and down. That's the way it goes, ebb and flow, that's life. But I did a research yesterday on the American Psychological Association. And what they did was they conducted their annual Stress America survey. So there's this thing I just found out yesterday that they call it an annual, annual Stress America survey. Well, but anyway, the survey asked all the people about their abilities to make healthy lifestyle changes. Ooh, that's my life story right there, okay? The number one reason for not following through with healthy lifestyle changes is lack of willpower. I'm telling you, sometimes that drops. When you feel overwhelmed with all these thinking, and then Wanda calls you and says, then okay, your willpower brings up. See this, our emotions can take over and they can make us act impulsively without considering our consequences. And with me, with my impulsiveness, I have a tendency to say, I'm going now. And as soon as they say something and it sounds good, oh, let's go get it. Whoa, whoa. Take it easy, baby. Okay? See, this is the deal. When it comes to making unhealthy choices, be it behavior-wise or whatever, we may be tempted to indulge sometimes in unhealthy behaviors or habits, because we have these habits, right? But these things really they don't serve us. I was going to say deserve us, but they don't. They don't serve us in the best interest. So that's not going to be so good. But here's the thing. When we learn how to manage our emotions, you know what manages my emotions? Prayer work, spiritual practices, meditation, yoga. My client came to me Friday after the yoga class and she said, oh, I feel so tall after I feel strong. That's right, because your mind is in the game in that. That's a spiritual practice. See, we can control our impulses to go, oh, I'm going after that. We learn how to exercise willpower. See, every day, I'm telling you, I don't care who you are, we are met with situations that can cause us to become overwhelmed and stressed out. And people say, I'm not stressed. Listen, just take the stress and say, I'm gonna come out of this. Give me 5 minutes, give me a minute. That's all. Just take it and go ahead and do what you gotta go do. Stop pretending that you're not stressed. So that's the problem. You're trying to pretend so much. That's part of the willpower job. You need somebody to listen to you that you can say those words to. I am stressed out. See, Karen A's reading coincides with my research. She said that every decision you make stems from what you think you are and represents the value that you put upon yourself. Now, this is what I understand. It's essential to learn how to stay in control of my emotions. And what I'm saying about me, you could take it if you want, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I am in deep control of my emotions a lot of times, because sometimes people can get me but I'm like, Rosedale, pull it back, rein it back. Actually, that's what helps me to conserve my energy and to focus on the tasks that I have before me every day. And believe me, I was talking to Karen yesterday, and we do this thing called what, when, where, and if so and so happens. So to be able to tell her, oh, this is what I did, Karen, is good. Because now I'm really realizing that my energy level is really high when I'm off the phone with her. See, you got to work and deal with people that are working on your energy, pushing your energy level up. And she pushes my energy level up. I push hers up, and it's good. In other words, I understand also that I help my clients develop a lifestyle so they can maintain the lifestyle that they develop. I don't tell them what to develop, they develop. But you know what? There was a time when I was in the development stage in my lifestyle. Now I'm in the maintenance stage. So what I want to do is my effort is to pull my clients to the maintenance stage, and they do get it. You get what I mean? They get it. But you know what? Those habits got to go. Those beliefs got to go. All those things, the impulsiveness or the I don't want to, and that's got to go. We got to get that out of their way, because they form our personal biases. And see, what happens is our personal biases and impressions tend to shape the way we perceive things in the world around us, right? So in order for anything to truly transform, we must be willing to alter our viewpoints and our personal preferences. When somebody barks back when I tell them something or suggest a better option, and they go, oh, yes, I can't, and I'm backing off. No. It's not my job to tell somebody who's sticking in the mud and in their limitless anything. My job is to say later for that. I gotta move on. I need somebody that I can talk to that's gonna pick themselves up, and then I can they light me up when they do that. Because if I don't do that and I don't think right or whatever, later on, guess who pays for that? Me. Later, I'll have these intrusive thoughts about, well, you should have did this and you should have did that. Well, then I just take that time and that effort so that I can really get to the eventual side and start to manage and develop the way I need to think. And I need to think in a healthy mindset. I need to have a good routine. And I maintain that very well now. I'm so grateful. That's why I said gratitude was one of my spiritual was something I got from this spiritual journey. Always I'm thinking something that I got from it. But you know what? One of the things I do know is when I questioned myself whether I wanted a better lifestyle, the answer could only be yes or no. There were no maybes. So that means that I needed to bone up and do what needed to be done. There were quite a few obstacles, I must admit, but okay. But today, by committing to those practices of being myself, I have been able to make progress in areas like in my business, in my financial stability, in my physical health, in my relationships, and my mental well-being, mind, body, spirit. That's why I love to be myself. So think about it. How much energy do you think is wasted by not managing your emotions? And how can you use your willpower to stay in control? Just asking. Because you know what happens, see, because as adults, we have a tendency to be too smart because we learned that. And so we're so objective and tangible. Let go. And I'm going to say, that's all I'm going to say on all of that, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about that song that we're about to do. Now, know that sometimes I want you to start to remember to tell yourself you nailed it. Okay? Just say that to yourself every now and then. You nailed it. Okay? Because let me just tell you this. When it comes down to being judged, people gonna do that. When it comes down to being loved, people gonna do that. So hang around with the people that's gonna give you the love instead of the judgment, right? Step number one. The next thing is, remember this song is going to be about what's invisible. Please watch those lyrics because they're really important. They're going to show you about how your challenges can become invisible. So let it encourage you to whatever challenge you might be having today, that you understand it. So let's hear that song that Alan has for us today. If you ever felt invisible, please know that your challenges are the ones that's going to be invisible soon. Remember to trust the one that's been where you are, wishing things were sticks and stones. Remember that? Because there's so much more to life than what you're feeling now. If you're not in the best place right now, if you're not you the way you want to be, just know that every heart has a rhythm. Let yours beat so loud that everybody can hear you from within. Oh my God, that song just gets to me. I love it, love it, love it. So just remember, whatever's going on this week, whatever's going on today after we're done, be yourself. Now I'm going to hand this mic back over to our fabulous and beautiful friend, Dr. Reverend Wanda. And she's probably
That was
muted.
powerful, very powerful. Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. You were spot on. You just elevated my cells. They're moving along right now. So now it's time for us to invite the assistance of this community in order to engage the CSL Charlotte community in preparation towards a succession of future generations and leaders who are created to fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles. Donations are made through time, talent, and treasure by people who not only see or feel the need for a community like this, but want it. And so these donations provide that space for those people who need a safe place to go to each Sunday to re-elevate them. So go to our website, cslcharlotte.org, and press the donate button where you can make your donations, payable through credit card or check to CSL Charlotte. Your checks can be sent to the address on our website also. Donations can be made through Zelle and Venmo, and that can also be found on our website. So affirmative giving. Now as we recite this together, we prosper collectively and individually. We take care of ourselves, and any good action we blesses this entire CSL community. These ties, these donations help to empower the world. They go outside of this center, outside into the world. So therefore, you will always have this center in full operation. So let's now just take a deep breath and say this together. Prosperity and abundance flows from the law of circulation, of giving and receiving. As I give to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, I give of my time, talent, and treasure, which opens and puts the path to my grateful return of good 7 times or more in my life. I'm grateful for the universal power that exists to continuously open the paths for all prosperity and abundance that we all receive. And I now prosper. I know right here and right now, as I hold the thought of these donations in my heart, that each and every one of you is prospered by your giving. You are not giving to a center or to a person. You're giving to yourself. You're announcing to the universe, I'm worth it. I'm valuable. Excuse me. There is no lack in my life, and therefore I am worthy. So I now call upon Tim to give us our announcements and opportunities today. And I know that this is all the truth, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you so much, Reverend Dr. Wanda. Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that you are all smiling still. As the talk was going on, I couldn't help but think about Salt and Pepper song, Express Yourself, as we endeavor to be ourselves. And so there were so many great reminders that I hope carry you and lift you throughout this week coming up. So you're looking at our links for our community. The first is our website. This is the most important one. This is where we want you to visit. And if you have not subscribed to our website, we ask you to do so that you can be sure and receive all of the important announcements that come out of our community. We also encourage you to follow us on social media, in particular Facebook. We post inspirational quotes, announcements there as well. And it's a fun way for us to engage with one another and share our posts with our friends. Our YouTube channel contains all of our service recordings, the video format. So if you happen to miss a week, you could always go back to YouTube and replay any of our services in the last 3 or 4 months. And then finally, we created a meetup group a couple of months ago. I'm encouraged by its growth and how we're reaching those people who have like and commonalities with us. So continue to visit and visit Meetup. Let your friends know that you're attending here, because the algorithms there rely on our engagement and participation, all of these social media sites. So we ask you to engage with our content often. Next, you're going to see a picture of our website. Here, we refreshed it a few months ago, actually several months ago. I may do it again to just bring a little change to it. We want you to focus on the More tab in the upper right corner. The next set of announcements are going to have you engaging with that button to access additional information. So the first thing I want to say is to remind all of us that daylight savings time starts next week. So Saturday night, the clocks move forward. So we want you to be mindful of that so that you're here on time next week, as we will be starting an hour earlier. Again, we want you to stay informed and connected. You can reach out to us a number of ways. I've spoken about engaging with the website, but you can also call us. You may email us or send us a letter. All of that information is on our website. For your convenience, in the bottom left corner, we also have links to our social media sites for Facebook, YouTube, and Meetup. We want you to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our information. You heard earlier in the service that this is Women's History Month, so we're going to have a few features coming later this month. So they may be, some of that may be pushed out via our newsletter. So you'll want to make sure you're on the newsletter so that you don't miss that information. Join us on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. This is when we have our weekly consciousness meeting. We come together to engage with one another. You hear me always say that it's a little more informal than our Sunday celebration, so we can talk to one another, encourage one another. We also bring our concerns and praise reports so that we can lift them up for one another. If you have something that's on your mind, bring it to our circle and we will make sure to lift that up for you. And I promise you, by the end of the session, you will feel different. You'll feel taller. You'll feel happier. So do join us Tuesdays at 6 p.m. On the website, follow the More tab. Underneath, there's a weekly meeting and events link. If you click that link, there's a short form that allows you to express interest in our consciousness meeting. We will add you to that distribution list and make sure that you receive all the information to join us. So love to see you there. We don't have any certificated classes, but stay tuned for classes that get added in the future. Join us on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. for our Heartbeat Poetry Club. We have phenomenal poets in our community that share their talents with us. You can join us via Zoom. Under the More tab, there is a link for you to request the Zoom meeting link so that you can join us on Tuesdays. We have fun. If you're on here early before service time, sometimes you'll hear us talking about the excitement that we have and that group is having. So it's a great opportunity for artists and poets in our community. Our Sunday service videos are recorded in audio and video format. The audio format is found on our website, and you can replay the last 4 or 5 videos. We also record the services in video format, and those appear on our YouTube channel. We have a lot more history on the YouTube channel, so I think we have services dating back to November. So you are able to go back and listen to any of those services and pick up something that you missed, or you just want to be encouraged with the talk. Again, avail yourself of both those links. Both of them are found under the More tab on our website. We have several prayer opportunities to allow you to engage with our community and allow your concerns to be heard. The first is our after service live in-person prayer opportunity. You are able to have a prayer with one of our practitioners. It's about a 3-minute prayer. Today, our prayer room technician is Melissa. So you can start letting her know now that you're interested in prayer. And as we get to the end of service, she will make sure that you're linked up with one of our practitioners. So it's a wonderful gift from our practitioners to you, and we ask you to use that. Second, on our website, we have a link to submit a prayer request. this is for any time, but usually throughout the week when we're not here together, you can go out and just type in a prayer request. It comes to our prayer team, and our prayer team will respond with a written prayer for you that will encourage you. We ask you to submit a prayer request for a concern, again, a praise report, because you want more of the good stuff in your life. And as you heard earlier, we reach out to the anchors in our life that help us see our truth. And that's what these prayer opportunities are all about. So use them, you will be blessed. So visit the website, submit a prayer request, or let us know you want prayer today, and we will make sure you get hooked up. At this time, I will invite our prayer tree arborist, Maureen Thurston, to give us an update on our prayer tree.
Thank you, Timmy. We are at 351.
Awesome. Thank you so much for managing our tree and loving on our community with prayer. I appreciate it.
It's
So
one of the
now back to
easiest things I
our-
do.
Yes. So we're going to ask Reverend Rosedale to unmute as we turn the platform back to her.
Ah, but who is better than Timmy P? He makes sure he's watching it. Make sure she got her act together there. Mo, you are awesome, and I just love you to pieces. And I just love the fact that you continue to bring those prayers to us. Timmy P, those announcements were phenomenal and so on point. Ooh, what am I gonna tell y'all now? And listen, for the spotlight, and you are phenomenal as always. So you know how I do at the end. I get all lovey-dovey and stuff. But this is the time. This is the time we're supposed to really celebrate people's birthday. So if you have a birthday, please put it in the chat, or please put it in your comments on Facebook, because I don't know your birthday and I would love to know it though, because birthdays are big. Remember I told you, man, what you do in the dash? Tell me. Now, I would like to remind you that, the prayer request. If you haven't put in the prayer request to speak to Mo, what are you waiting for? That's all I want to know. And the thing is, you guys know what you'd like to know about yourselves or what you'd like to change. We love to help you with that. So know that it's so doable. So that's all said and done. And the next thing I'm going to do is make sure you all go to the website and make sure you put in that prayer request right now, and also put in that request for the consciousness meeting link or whatever you need to do. And okay. So as always, you know what I like to do? I like to thank my platform members here. I got Big A right next to me. Alan A is right here, the A team. He's right here with the music and he's chiming in. Oh man, it's so awesome. And thank you, Dr. Wanda, for that beautiful MCing that you're doing. You're doing a fabulous job. And Karen A, your reading is by far awesome. And Groovy G, I love how you just keep us engaged and keep everybody else engaged, and you're making sure that we got our sounds and stuff right. And and Mo, your prayer. Yes, indeed. So I'm getting everybody as I see it. It's wonderful. You guys are fabulous. And then, of course, you know, Reverend Millie is going to pop up in here in a minute, and she is going to do what she does at the end of the service to get everybody into this live prayer. I'm telling you, that song is still, I keep singing that song over and over. You know, I love that song, not Limitless. I am limitless, but invisible. The challenges are invisible. I am no longer invisible. That just gives me goosebumps. So thanks everyone. And Timmy P, those announcements again. Did I say something to you about announcements? Okay, I said something to everybody. Okay. Okay, now this is what I want you to do this week. Okay, before we close out with this last song, and then we're going to play a song called Be Brave. But see, be brave has a lot to do with being yourself. So what I'm suggesting is that everybody gets the opportunity to take that moment with themselves, even if it's right upon waking up in the morning, no matter what time of the day it is, and just get with you and be you and feel you and understand you and say, I feel so good to be healthy. But at the same time, I want to see who wants to be brave, because being brave is a part of being yourself. So let's see this song, how much it impacts on you today. Let's go with it. Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Let's go. Be brave. Y'all, I love y'all too, because y'all think I'm crazy, but it's okay. It's okay. I am. And oh yes, I am. Yeah. Okay. So yes, indeed. Who is it up today? So we are going to. It's time to go. Hey, how about that, y'all? So now let's get with Mo. That's right. Isn't it Mo?
Yeah.
Yes, Mo is going to close us out after that song.
All right. Thank you all once again for your participation in bringing this service to life.
Mhm.
So as we close out this service here today, I know that we each go forward into our day with a lighter step, a lighter heart, a clearer mind, and with an intentionality of how we choose to show up, how we choose to make differences in people's lives. I know that all of this is done with ease and with grace, with humor and with love. For I know that this community and everyone in it are blessed beyond any type of measure this week, that our footsteps are light, our hearts are open, and our minds are clear. So I release and I let go, and I am filled with gratitude, and so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is. Oh my God. Thank you, everybody. This was just phenomenal. Oh, I'm taking a nice deep breath in as we say goodbye for Reverend Millie to come on up to do her thing. So before I say see you later, not goodbye, I would like to just remind you to be brave, to also be yourself, and just let the words fall out.